Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Saira Mujtaba with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says government will ensure that no Indian is left out of National Register of Citizens in Assam. Inaugurates 8 development projects in Manipur. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says NDA government has done a better deal on Rafale than the UPA, accuses Congress of misleading the country on the issue. Lok Sabha passes Aadhar and companies amendment bills. Supreme Court defers hearing in Ram Janmabhoomi-Babri Masjid title dispute case to 10th of January. Cyclonic storm PABUK likely to bring heavy rainfall over Andaman Islands tomorrow. And in cricket, India in commanding position against Australia in Sydney Test, scoring 622 runs in the first innings. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said government will ensure that no Indian is left out of National Register of Citizens or NRC in Assam. Addressing the Vijay Sankalp Samavesh rally at Silchar in Assam this evening, Prime Minister said that he is aware of the difficulties faced by the general public in the process of preparing NRC.
अपने नागरिकों की सुरक्षा, अपने नागरिकों का सम्मान और अपने नागरिकों की समृद्धि सर्वोपरि है। आप सभी को ये भरोसा दिलाने के लिए आया हूं कि नेशनल रजिस्टर ऑफ सिटीजनशिप एनआरसी कोई भी भारतीय नागरिक उसमें से नहीं छूटेगा, ये मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं।
Prime Minister expressed hope that Citizenship Amendment Act will be passed by the Parliament soon. He said that the Citizenship Amendment Bill has been introduced after wide discussions and the government is moving forward with it firmly. PM Modi said his government is working on policy of Act East and Act Fast in East for holistic development of Northeast with developing infrastructure and conserving culture simultaneously. He said to promote culture and values of people of Assam, Union Cabinet has approved constitution of a high-level committee to implement Clause 6 of Assam Accord. Earlier in Manipur, Prime Minister inaugurated 8 development projects and laid foundation stone for 4 development projects at Hapta Kangjibang in Imphal. He dedicated 400 kV double-circuit Silchar Imphal line to the nation. Addressing a public rally on the occasion, Prime Minister criticized the earlier governments for delay in implementing the development projects.
दोलाई थाबीब राज की फाइल 1987 में चली थी। निर्माण का काम 1992 में 19 करोड़ की लागत से शुरू हुआ। 2014 में जब हम आए तो देश भर के करीब 100 ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स की समीक्षा की गई और 19 करोड़ का ये प्रोजेक्ट 500 करोड़ रुपए के खर्च करने के बाद अब बनकर के तैयार है।
Mr. Modi said Imphal-Tipul railway construction, introduction of helicopter services in the state, improvement of national highways and proposed information highway to link panchayats in the state through internet are efforts on this front. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has hit back at the Congress over its charges on Rafale aircraft deal, saying its entire campaign on the issue is based on falsehood. Replying to a debate on Rafale deal in the Lok Sabha today, Ms. Sitharaman said the Congress is misleading the country both in the Parliament and outside on basis of untruth. She said the NDA government has done a better deal than the UPA with 9% cheaper basic price than during the UPA times.
In a like-to-like comparison, the price obtained in the 126 medium multi-role combat aircraft, about which they are constantly talking, the non-deal, the price would be 737 crores. The price obtained in the intergovernmental agreement that we have signed in 2016, and that price, which is already disclosed, is 670 crores, is about 9% lower than that 126 MMRCA basic price. We have got a better deal for this country.
The Defence Minister said under the secrecy clause, the price of weaponized aircraft cannot be disclosed, and earlier governments also followed it. On the issue of not involving Hindustan Aeronautics Limited or HAL in the deal, Ms. Sitharaman said the aircraft manufactured by France will be cheaper than the aircraft made by HAL, as it would have required 2.7 times more manpower. The minister said the Supreme Court in its judgment also found no reason for intervention on the issue of purchasing 36 aircraft, and perception of individuals cannot be basis of an inquiry. Later, the Congress staged a walkout demanding a JVC probe into the deal. Earlier during the discussion, Dharmendra Yadav of Samajwadi Party questioned the deal and said the way a particular private company has been involved into the deal raises several doubts. He reiterated opposition's demand for a JPC probe. He was supported by AP Jitendra Reddy of TRS. Jai Prakash Narayan Yadav of RJD also echoed the same views. Mallikarjun Kharge of Congress demanded that Prime Minister Narendra Modi should answer the questions on the deal in Parliament. Anurag Thakur of BJP said Congress was involved in corrupt practices in defence deals in the past. Mr. Thakur also attacked Rahul Gandhi for questioning a woman journalist who interviewed Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently. The Lok Sabha today passed Aadhar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2018 and Companies Amendment Bill 2018. The Aadhar Bill seeks to amend the Aadhar Act 2016, the Indian Telegraph Act 1885 and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. It provides for voluntary sharing of the 12-digit identification number for obtaining new mobile phone connections and opening bank accounts. The government move comes in the wake of Supreme Court's judgment. The Apex Court in September last year struck down Section 57 of the Aadhar Act that made seeding of the biometric ID with SIMs and bank accounts mandatory, stating that it had no legal backing. Replying to a debate on the bill in the Lok Sabha, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said,
मैंने अपने अफसर को निर्देश दिया है किसी गरीब को आधार के अभाव में अनाज से वंचित नहीं किया जाएगा। ये हमने सर्कुलर भेजा है। हमारी सरकार ने तय किया है कि आधार के अभाव में किसी को भी अस्पताल में फर्स्ट एड से रोका नहीं जाएगा। आधार ने क्या किया है, कटिंग, फिटिंग, सेटिंग करने वाले को अलग कर दिया है और सीधा जनता और सरकार के बीच वो उसके बैंक अकाउंट में पैसा जा रहा है।
The Companies Amendment Bill 2018 replaces the ordinance promulgated in November last year. The bill amends several provisions in the Companies Act 2013 related to penalties. It also prescribes strong action against non-compliant companies. Replying to a debate on the bill in the Lok Sabha, Minister of State for Corporate Affairs P.P. Chaudhary said the bill has been brought with a view to declog the special courts and National Company Law Tribunal or NCLT. He said it will also reduce the burden on NCLT and special courts and improve ease of doing business in the country.
उन कंपनीज को चेक करने के लिए अगर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस उन्होंने डिक्लेयर नहीं किया तो ये माना जाएगा कि ये बिजनेस करने के लिए कंपनी बनी नहीं है, उसके लिए पेड ऑफ शेयर कैपिटल उनको पे करना पड़ेगा। तो ये सारा देखने के लिए सेक्शन 10A इंट्रोड्यूस किया, ये भी बहुत जरूरी था, जल्दी था, इसलिए इमीडिएटली एक्शन लिया गया। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस ऑर्डिनेंस जो लाना इसलिए जरूरी था क्योंकि इनको डीक्लॉग अगर नहीं करते तो और भी केसेस बढ़ जाते, तो उससे जो पर्पज जो होता आईबीसी का इंसॉल्वेंट बैंकरप्सी कोड का के जो टाइमलाइन दिए हुए हैं उस टाइमलाइन में नहीं हो पाते।
The House also passed today the New Delhi International Arbitration Centre Bill 2018. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. The Supreme Court has deferred the hearing in the Ram Janmabhoomi-Babri Masjid title dispute case to 10th of January. The matter was listed before a bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justice S.K. Kaul. The Apex Court on 29th of October had fixed the matter for the first week of January before an appropriate bench to decide the schedule of hearing. Various Hindu organizations have been demanding an ordinance on early construction of Ram Temple at the disputed site. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday had suggested any decision on an ordinance on Ram Temple in Ayodhya can happen only after the completion of the judicial process. Commerce Minister Suresh Prabhu honoured outstanding young entrepreneurs with National Entrepreneurship Awards in New Delhi this evening. The awards aim to recognise and honour outstanding young first-generation entrepreneurs and those who have contributed immensely in building the entrepreneurship ecosystem. A total of 43 awards were given this year. The cyclonic storm PABUK over South China Sea has moved west-northwestwards during the past 24 hours. Italy centered over Gulf of Thailand, about 990 kilometers east-southeast of Port Blair this morning. Meteorological Office in Port Blair said it is very likely to move west-northwestwards and emerge into Andaman Sea by tomorrow forenoon. The storm is likely to cause heavy to very heavy rainfall over Andaman Islands from tomorrow evening till Sunday. Squally winds with speed reaching 60 kilometers per hour are likely to commence over Andaman Sea and Thailand coast. Fishermen have been advised not to venture into the sea. The India Meteorological Department or IMD has issued a warning of heavy snowfall and rain in Himachal Pradesh till Sunday. The State Disaster Management Authority SDMA has said they are prepared to deal with any eventuality. Tourists and the general public have been advised to avoid the higher reaches in the coming days. Keelong, the administrative centre of Lahaul and Spiti district, continues to be the coldest place in the state at minus 10.8 degrees Celsius. The Jammu-Srinagar National Highway has been closed due to heavy snowfall. State officials said Mughal Road connecting Jammu region's Rajouri district with Kashmir's Shopian also remained closed for the fourth day today. Traffic was allowed in the morning from Kashmir to Jammu. However, no vehicle was allowed on the highway from Jawahar Tunnel after 3 p.m. The Border Roads Organisation has been pressed into service to clear the highway. World Braille Day is being celebrated today. The day marks the birth anniversary of Louis Braille, the inventor of Braille script for people with visual disabilities. Series of functions were organized in Gujarat on the occasion. Here is a report from our correspondent.
The birth anniversary of Louis Braille is being celebrated as Braille Day today. He had invented the script of 6-point, which is known as Braille script. Evening regional news of All India Radio Ahmedabad has been read by visually impaired newsreader through Braille script today. This tradition is continuing since 2004 when Sri Ranchod Soni, the visually impaired newsreader, read out the news through Braille script for the first time in the country. The aim of this initiative is to create awareness among the society for the plight of visually impaired persons. Yogesh Pandya, Air News, Ahmedabad.
India is in a commanding position in the fourth and final test against Australia in Sydney. On the second day of the fourth and final test today, Cheteshwar Pujara amassed 193, Rishabh Pant cruised to unbeaten 159, and all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja hit a brilliant 81. Resuming at the overnight score of 303 for 4 this morning, India declared their first innings at 622 for 7 soon after Jadeja was out. Australia were 24 for no loss at stumps in their first innings. The key statistics on the day seemed reserved for India. Wicketkeeper Rishabh Pant and all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja frustrated Australian bowling attack to add 204 runs together, thus breaking record for the highest 7th wicket partnership in Australia. Pant also became the first Indian wicketkeeper to score a test ton in Australia. The declaration at 622 for 7 is India's second highest team total in Australia. With 2-1 lead in the 4-match test series, India already retains the Border Gavaskar Trophy. The 80th National Table Tennis Championship began at Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Cuttack today. 35 teams, including 550 players from different parts of the country, are participating in the mega championship. The event will conclude on 9th of January. And the 10-day-long Indian Panorama Film Festival began this evening at Siri Fort Auditorium in New Delhi. 1 minute silence was observed in honor of Bengali filmmaker Mrinal Sen, who passed away recently. A total of 26 feature films and 21 non-feature films will be screened during the festival. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi says government will ensure that no Indian is left out of National Register of Citizens in Assam. Inaugurates 8 development projects in Manipur. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says NDA government has done a better deal on Rafale than the UPA, accuses Congress of misleading the country on the issue. Lok Sabha passes Aadhar and companies amendment bills. Supreme Court defers hearing in Ram Janmabhoomi-Babri Masjid title dispute case to 10th of January. Cyclonic storm PABUK likely to bring heavy rainfall over Andaman Islands tomorrow. And in cricket, India in commanding position against Australia in Sydney Test, scoring 622 runs in the first innings. That's all in the news at 9. Good night.